guys here have downloaded TikTok, the app. But if you usually spend some time on it, I think you might be a little bit familiar with the sentences that is, I come to the world to do something, not doing something. The world is huge while the life is short. In the very beginning of my speech, I would like to wish all of you guys the life you want to live. The content of their videos are really different. However, they all show the same point of view, that is, I would like to be who I am rather than the world expected. And that is also my theme for today, live out your life. In fact, the origin of the phrases comes from a famous Chinese writer named Wang Xiaobo. He said that, I did not come to the world to reproduce, but to see how the flower blooms, how the water flows, and how the sun rises and when the sunset sets. I come to the world not to understand all kinds of serious, but to see some beautiful scenes. Life is an accident, and I am looking for the causes and results in it. In today's rapidly developing society, people's lives are becoming more and more procedural, at least in China. Like, you see, we work, we study, we get married, we raise the children, and then we die. It's just like a Mario game, a task followed by another task. People seem to live in a circle going round and round and round. People around you keep saying that only if you study hard, you can get a good job. And only if you're working hard, you can have a good life. And only by having a good life, you can save enough money for your next generation. I've heard too many people saying about like, you have to, you must, you need to do something. But so few people ask that, what do you want to do? So, what do you want to do? Who do you want to be in? What kind of life do you want to live? All of the questions are depend on yourselves, not others, not him, her, or them. I would like to divide people into three categories. That is, first one, entrepreneurs, second one, lost robots, and the third one, for them. I call them entrepreneurs not because they are, but because they have the ability to be aware and to plan, to get closer and closer to their ideal dreams. They know exactly what they want and they go directly to the goals. Here's some examples. First one, there's a young man who has worked hard for 25 years and finally, as everybody wished, he got a really good job with high pay. But surprisingly, he quit the job and do something like, deliverer, do something about takeaways, and many people judge him as a silly guy because they think it's too pity to give up such a good job. But he said that, I'm lucky enough and I'm so satisfied that I made the decision. Because now I have more time to do the things I want to do, to see the world I have never seen before. I have my spare time, I have my spare money, and I am I now. The next example is about some few men. These young guys, they graduated from a really good university and they all got an offer from a good company. But they all refused that and joined an organization to travel around the world to see the wildlife and to protect animals, and of course they are the animal lovers. You see, all the example that I gave you is not about the rich guys, millionaires. It's not about the successful officers, just common people, but they all have something that in common, that is, they all find their own goals and they achieve them. It's not about what kind of job, what great job I can get. It's not about how much money I can earn, how much money I can get for my next generation. Just about the process. By this process, you can be aware. You can learn to plan. You can learn to find yourself and put yourself into action to get closer to your dreams. And that's the most meaningful thing. What's more, you are enriching your life and you are perfecting your life. And that's why I insist on that everybody here, I want you guys to find your own self and live out your life. And the second one is the lost robots. I call them lost robots is because these guys, they don't know what to do and they don't know who they are. They're lack for self-thinking. Take a really easy example. When I was in the national departments, me and a friend, we only have one thinking, that is, I need to go to a good school, whatever school is. For example, when I'm in the primary school, I want to go to a good middle school. And after that, I want to go to a good high school. After that, I want to go to a good university so that I can have a good job in the future, so that I can have a good life. But think about that. Maybe after you study really hard for about 20 years, you can't have a job. And after that, what is that? You study hard for 20 years, you work hard for 20 years, you raise your child for 20 years, you raise your grandchild for 20 years. When you're 80, when you lie down on the bed, when you're dying, you think about, is there any single one day I live for myself? Did I finish all the movie that I want to watch in the before? Did I go to the concert that my favorite singer held? Did I see all the beautiful things in the world? Have I ever been to the places that I want to be, but I never had the chance to before? No. So funny, like everyone has one chance to the world. So please, if anyone sitting here do not know what you want to do and you don't have a goal, do not know your ideal life, please think as quickly as possible. Find yourself and do not make yourself regret it. We are really old because we only have one time to live. You might say like the Iron Man, he said, I love history seldom, but dear, I only can live for at most 100 years, isn't it? So when it comes to the third type, it is the poor lamb. I call them poor lambs because these types of people, they do have their own ideas. They know what exactly they want. They know who they want to be, but they don't got the chance to. And I think I will blame this on the noise. What do I mean by noise is the sound people gave them from the outside world. Your friends, your teachers, your families, or even the strangers, some of them stand on a really high point and say that, I love you, it's better for you to do that, so you need to choose this school, you need to choose this university, you better give up this job, you better choose that one because I think you can get a more stable life by doing this. But here's come to another theory that come up to my mind that I call it NPC theory. What do I mean by NPC theory is, I think everyone in the world are just NPCs in the one who is associated with you. For example, I'm Chloe, and I am the major role in my life. And Chris, he might be my friend, might be my classmate, but he is just an NPC in my life. Who is he? He can't just rush into my life and say, hey Chloe, you need to choose that school, you need to choose that object, you need to get that work. Why? Why do I listen to him? Who's him? So we are the NPCs in others' life. And what the NPCs can do for the story to go smoothly, for the story to go well, is we respect and we do not disturb. And so when we are actively choose our own life, when we are actively choose what the things we want to do, please give some space, time, and the right of choice for your friends, for family, for people around you. We can't just add some dreams to your children because you have unfulfilled dreams. And we can't stop the adventurous because you think it's dangerous, but everybody wants to be Dora, isn't it? And we need to give them space, as I just said. So last but not least, let go of the so-called help complex and respect the fate of others. Be yourself and let others to be themselves. And that's what I want to say today. Thanks for listening.